Have they been going after, prosecuting, and jailing people that are fixing on their old cars and trucks? Well, the answer to that is yes and no. Okay, everybody is losing their minds right now about what was said in the Oval Office about how he was pardoning people that had been prosecuted. Well, that is true. That is very, very true. Now, the truth is that the majority of those cases, all right, were about individuals, fleets, and shops modifying diesel exhaust systems. The majority of them. Now, there's been a couple YouTubers, things like that. Some of the videos that they make about some of the builds that they do. Okay. See, that's the rub. Okay. The rub is modifying, the biggie right now is modifying exhaust systems. Because, especially on diesels, because it makes more power, you get better gas mileage, and everything isn't as stifled as it's been the last decade, okay? And that's where most of this is coming from. And there have been people that have been prosecuted and put in jail for doing that very thing, okay? Yes, people have been jailed for working on their own stuff. But the majority of them was working on as a large fleet or an individual that was running a shop that on the side, on the sly, was doing diesel delete stuff, things like that. Okay, and they got caught. All right, which I personally have never done it. But I know people that have and got incredible gains from it. Okay, but still, you're modifying something. But this all boils down to the EPA. For a decade, the EPA has, well, probably longer than that, the EPA has run rampant in this country, messing with everything. Okay, it isn't just the car community, or the diesel community. It's lands, it's water, it's air, it's everything. The EPA had its place, I think, or has its job to do. They are, to me, they are really overstepping their bounds. They are, I mean, it's like a witch hunt. That's why I feel it's like, from the deeper I dive into this, the more of a witch hunt it is. And the bad part about it is that I truly think that the people that are in the EPA truly feel they're doing something good. Truly feeling that, they're protecting the environment. Even with ridiculous things that they come up with and the people that the lives they ruin and everything, they honestly feel like they're doing the right thing. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. Not for me to say. But I've been going down the rabbit hole on this for a couple of weeks now, and that's what I come up with. EPA, EPA, EPA. Okay. So, what do you do about it? You don't frickin', do that to your exhaust system. Now, the stuff that Trump has signed, and the stuff, and the new EPA guy running it, of course, it takes time. It isn't an overnight deal, but the pardons are legit. He pardoned at least 11 people so far, and entities that got nailed by the EPA, and some of them were in jail, and some of them were still in litigation. So, and some of them were upcoming for litigation. So, he signed the order. Okay, all right. So, like I said, just don't do it. Okay, but the way I look at it is, if they get their foot in the door, and this becomes a thing, permanent thing, they are going to go for more. They're going to go for more. Okay, it's a gateway drug for the EPA. I hate to say it that way, but it is. It's a gateway for the EPA to get in and even start doing even more. Okay, that's where all of us that do things like this are worried, because we have all lived in a world now long enough to last all our lives that you give the government a little bit turns into this, turns into this, turns into this, turns into this is gone. And that's what we don't want. Okay? Now, I've got a list here of the states that have the most stringent testing, and the majority of these lawsuits and litigation has been from 2 of these states. Let me give you a guess for number 1. Of course, it's California, Connecticut, Delaware, District of Columbia, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New Jersey, and New York, and Rhode Island. Why does that not surprise me? That they have the most stringent sniffer laws out there, and the EPA enforces it heavily. Okay? Why does that list not surprise me at all? I mean, I live dead center of the country in Arkansas. I mean, the Oklahoma area, you know. And why is all this East Coast? Why is the East Coast West Coast? I know why. I'm not going to say why, but I know why. You know. But there's other states that have smog emissions and sniffer tests. Some that surprised me. I mean, this is the list, and this is not the state. This is the city inside the state. Okay. So the ones that require annual emissions testing in Arizona, Phoenix, and Tucson. Big cities, I get it. Colorado, yeah, okay, Denver and Boulder. Georgia has sniffer tests around Atlanta. That surprised me. Okay. Maine, doesn't surprise me. North Carolina is East Coast, but it's, you know, the Carolinas I've never really considered them East Coast, West Coast. I always consider them the South, but North Carolina, Pennsylvania, duh. But this is the one that got me the most. Texas. My neighbor, Texas. Dallas, Houston, Austin, and El Paso all have sniffer tests for their vehicles. Nowhere else in the state, but if you live in Dallas, Houston, Austin, or El Paso. My dad was born in El Paso. It's about as red-blooded American as you get. You know, it's the home of the big Texan. You know, the 72-ounce steak? But it has sniffer tests for the state, for the city of El Paso. That one surprised me. What do we do? Right now, until things chill out and we know it's okay, don't modify your diesels. Another one is, don't let them get their foot in the door. Call your congressman. Talk to people. Discuss it. Discuss it down below. Talk about it. You know, make phone calls. I mean, just get the word out there that they're coming. They are genuinely coming. If we have a bad election in 2.5 years, they're coming after us again. They're coming after this again. And if they had their way, this would be gone. You'd be running electric vehicles, no gas, tracking you everywhere you go, telling you which way to turn, telling you which way to wipe. I mean, it starts small, and it gets bigger, and it gets bigger, and it gets bigger. I just want to live the rest of my life out free from all this BS. I shouldn't have to be catching this in the newsreels, on the nightly news, on the internet. I shouldn't have to be making this video. This should not be an issue, but it damn well is. Would you like to be part of something special? Uncle Buck's Garage now has memberships, and that's a open opportunity to be behind the scenes, to get information nobody else gets to see, to see things, possibly get to see things before anybody else sees them, things like that. If you would like that opportunity, there's a link down below for the memberships for Uncle Buck's Garage. Please sign up. Okay? It's coming. I just want to live out the rest of my years in peace, doing what I love to do, building hot rods, drag racing at the drag strip, you know, helping people, teaching, learning. And I wanted the freedom to do all of that. And I think you do too. All right? I hope you have a great day. Because a great day today could mean raining in the EPA tomorrow. That'd be nice. So if you want to see my best little video ever made, right here. If you want to see the one that they say is best for you, is right there. Y'all be good.